Hi, my name is Dr. Aaron Levy. I'm a published and produced playwright and young adult author, and also a professor of creative writing at Kennesaw State University. Go Owls! I teach screen, television, and playwriting. I also teach teachers how to teach writing. I also worked as the director of academics for the Georgia Film Academy from 2016 through 21, where I led the design and creation of this dramatic writing for film and television and theater 1 course, which we're about to talk about. I'm going to get rid of my mug here. And how do we get here? Well, if you haven't noticed, the film and television production industry has exploded in our backyard, up almost twice from 2019. There are sound stages going up all over the Georgia land. 412 productions in 2022, and that's coming out of COVID. It's going to be even more. You recognize all of these movies, and there's dozens and dozens of movies and television shows shot in Georgia. What are you going to get? If you take this class is going to prepare you for a career as a dramatic writer. And if you don't know, and this is the game changer, this course meets your 4th ELA core requirement option. And it also gives you a fine arts elective credit. So you get 2 credits, but the one that's really super important is you can take this course as your final English course. And you can take it on level or as an honors class because it has the same line number as advanced composition, which is an ELA core requirement, or honors advanced composition. And that's how your counselors, they use the line number, and the universities look at that line number to make sure you've accomplished it. And that's how we're able to make it a core requirement option. There's so many cool stuff that happens in this class that is not like any other English class, but a lot of it has to do with application-oriented stuff that you're going to learn, like writing screenplays that you're going to send out to contests, like doing treatments, etc. Here's a deeper dive into what your what each quarter looks like. First quarter we call the writer's life. Where we look at everything from a writer's point of view. We use story as the curriculum. Your teacher isn't going to embrace best practice and actually write with you. So everything that you write, your teacher is going to write. They're going to become part of the writing community. Using film and television as literature, again, from a writer's point of view. So you're going to be breaking down scenes and looking, you're going to have sometimes homework to watch something and be ready to talk about it the next day. They don't do a traditional research project where you regurgitate information. You use the multi-genre research project, which is very similar to how real writers do research when they need to find out information about other worlds, other pieces of time, like maybe some kind of occupation. And then they do the research and then infuse it into what they're writing instead of just regurgitating it. And by then you're going to get into quarter 2, which is playwriting, where you're going to learn the nature of story for stage. You're going to learn about dialogue, starting with 2-person scenes and then multi-person scenes, monologue. 10-minute play is your major assignment, and we do that because there's so many places to send it out for competitions, including a state competition, which I'll talk about in a second. You'll also learn that your favorite movie and television writers got their chops, learned their craft in theater. Most of them continue to do both. Like when there's off season in TV writing, you will see that a lot of your favorite TV writers also will attend to a play that they're working on. And we have a lot of curriculum on that. In quarter 3 and quarter 4, we're going to do screen and television writing, where you're going to learn, again, application-oriented stuff like how do you pitch your project to networks, just like real writers have to do. You learn about character development and story structure specific to movies and television writing. How do you do coverage? How do you do rewriting? And they're going to write short scripts, again, that you'll send out to competitions, and also learn about how to write a treatment, which is what real writers have to write. And we do this, we embrace this philosophy called bigger and better than a grade. And like I mentioned, one of the major assessments or assignments is a 10-minute play, and we run a state competition. So your school picks the best play, sends it to the state competition. We have industry professionals be the judges, and we pick two to win scholarship money. The same thing with the short scripts. So you're not just writing for grades. Your teachers are being trained by us to lead you to write for stuff that is application oriented, the way real writers write. They're writing to get things produced, get things published, win competitions. And so it kind of looks like this. You got Shane, who won in our first year, won the playwriting competition for his school. And you can see there's a professional director, 3 professional actors. He got to hear his work out loud for the first time by really talented folks, make revisions on the spot, and then we recorded that last run through. And now we have a bunch of 10-minute plays on my YouTube page that students can refer to. Some are great, some are getting there. What does this look like so far? There's over 12,000 students who have taken dramatic writing since 2018 when the course got approved. That's over 70 districts, over 100 schools. We've trained over 350 teachers to learn how to teach you how to write screenplays, television shows, plays. And in addition to that, we have a lot of teachers taking production training from us and post-production training from Georgia Film Academy, so that students at the high school can be exposed to the full ecosystem of the film and television industry. You can learn content creation and dramatic writing, and through the AVTF, you can learn production and post-production. You can work with your theater department, and so students are writing and producing and post-producing films while they're in high school, getting that full exposure to the ecosystem of that industry. And then what's cool about that is if you're still interested in working in the film and television industry after you've been exposed in high school, you don't have to leave Georgia if you don't want to. In fact, Georgia is probably a great place for you to be. And you can go to an institution that is partners with the Georgia Film Academy and learn how to work on film and television crews in production, in post-production. Maybe you're interested in esports and game development. You can earn a certification within 12 to 18 months. And part of that is, if you qualify, you can get an internship where you work 30 days on a set, 8.5 hours a day in one craft area. And that's how we're transitioning students and their training to actually working in the industry in our state. We still have summer camps for high school students, and we continue to train teachers. We don't just train them for a week and then drop them off a cliff. We continue to work with them. And this is the footprint of the Georgia Film Academy in our state. You've got over 20 University System of Georgia partner institutions. So if you go to that school and they are a GFA partner, you can take classes from GFA classes and earn college credit for it. Same thing with the technical college, and we have a few independent ones. And then the winter green spots you see on the map is where we have high school footprint. So there's not that many white spaces left, meaning we're teaching dramatic writing in these places, production and post-productions for high school. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what dramatic writing is. If you have questions, don't hesitate to email me, Dr. Aaron Levy. If you have questions specifically about Georgia Film Academy, you can email Cooper. But we hope to see you behind the scenes and on the sets in Georgia creating content.